everyone, how are you? Happy vedm9. First thing I want to say is I did winged eyeliner today for the first time in forever, and I remembered why it's been forever since I've tried to do winged eyeliner. But I tried. I did my best, and you know what? It's the thought that counts. It's the effort you put into things. I tried, okay? I redid it like 7 times. I think I still have eyeliner on my hands, actually. But I want to start this video by saying that it's probably going to be rambly, and it's probably going to be a little long, but I wanted to sit down and talk about my film school story. Austin actually did this earlier this week, and I'm absolutely in love with the videos that he did. I'm going to leave a link to him down there. I don't normally do stuff like that, but I told him I would, so I'm going to do it. Watching him talk about memories and like the technical side of it and just like what we all went through and just like his thoughts and feelings on it really inspired me to sit down and talk about and actually state like how I found out about it, why I went, why I want to do film, and then the experience as a whole for me personally. I have no script for this whatsoever. Let's see if I can manage not to ramble for like 45 minutes. I want to start off by saying that I have always loved film, and I've always loved being in front of a camera and behind a camera. I say that I've grown up being on camera because from before I was even born and up until I was probably about 7, my parents did home movies. And actually, I think it was like whenever I turned 15 or something, my mom actually had a lot of the home movies put onto DVD from VHS and gave them to me for Christmas. So it's so cool to see little baby me. But because of that, I've always been comfortable being around cameras, even if it was just our big, chunky home movie camera that used to film on tape. Whenever I first started getting interested in film, though, is whenever DVDs came out and I could watch behind the scenes. That was really how I like discovered there was a whole world behind what I was seeing on the screen. I absolutely adored it. I'd want to watch the behind the scenes before I'd even watch the film. I could watch the bloopers, I could watch commentaries, I could watch just like the entire process going from it being an idea, pre-production, to actually producing it and making it and filming it and on set and how people have so much fun, usually, sometimes, not all the time, to editing, being a finished product. It was so fascinating and cool to me, and I loved the idea of the entire process. I got a video camera and a editing system my freshman year of high school. I was 13 years old. I started making music videos. I would run around my yard with the camera, filming me lip syncing, and I would do all these cool cuts and like jump cuts and just like make up all these storylines and stuff, and I'd set them to songs. So once I was finishing up with high school and going into college, I went to a junior college for 2 years and got my associate's degree. I knew that film was something that I was going to want to continue doing. I decided years ago that I wanted to have my own company filming events. I don't know exactly when I came up with the idea, but I've known for years that that's what I want to do. I've never wanted to go to Hollywood. I've never wanted to go to LA. I've never wanted to like be on actual legit sets, like Hollywood sets. That's never what I've wanted professionally. When I was a kid, sure, it was a dream to go to LA and, you know, film with Spielberg or whatever, but that's not what I want now. Ayo, Steven, call me up. Ayo, Abrams, call me up. I love lens flares, man. I want to say my first year of college, my parents and I took a trip out to Arizona to actually meet with a different university. A university that I'll probably go to next once I'm done where I'm at now. But we'd set up a meeting to go there, and I've grown up visiting Arizona because my parents love the area. They love the state itself. So before going to Phoenix to meet with this university, we decided to take a side trip to Sedona, and we started hearing about a different school. It all just kind of fell into place from there. We were able to go and meet the director of the program the next day. She was currently working on building a program that would help students who take it be industry prepared. She wanted us to be able to go and work on a set and not feel like idiots. She wanted to create something special, and she really did. But anyway, we got to meet with her, and I loved her. She was super nice, and I decided, okay, this is really cool. I want to go here. It was with another community college. It would only be, it could have been a year program, but I was 2 years because I was going to do 2 certificates instead of 1. I decided I want to do the production certificate and the screenwriting certificate. Also, I really wanted to go because she had a YouTube class. She had a YouTube class, which, fun fact, I've never taken. Will never take. I'll never actually take the YouTube class, which was one of the main reasons I wanted to go to the school. But anyway, we ended up not even meeting with the other university. I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. This will move me to a much, much smaller town than Phoenix. This will give me a chance to be on my own, live on my own, do my own thing for a year. I decided I would move out there for a year, have an apartment, and do all the classes on campus that I would need to do for the production certificate. And I did. So fast forward a year later, I still had to finish up my associate's degree here in Missouri, and then I moved out to Arizona in July. I moved out in July. That first day of class, I wasn't really sure what to think. I knew that I instantly really liked the instructor. I was like, alright, this dude's cool. He was a lot younger. I later found out that he was new at teaching as well, but he was really good at it. I've learned more from him than from any instructor I've had in my entire life. But what was really funny that night is because in the first semester, production was in the afternoon and then editing was like, there was like a 2.5 hour gap or something, and then that was at night. The first night of editing, I got back a little bit later because I had gone home and let Paige out and stuff like that. And I was back in plenty amount of time, but like other people just like stayed on campus, I guess, so they were in the lab like a lot earlier than they needed to really be. So I walked in and I tried to grab a seat in the back because I don't really want to necessarily be in front of everyone, right? I walk up and I, of course, go directly to that seat, and the guy sitting there was like, oh, that doesn't work. I totally did not register what he was saying. I was like, oh, and I just like continued sitting down. Like, I didn't register what he was saying to me. And he was like, no, that computer doesn't work, sorry. And I was like, oh, okay. And the only available seat left was up in the front of the room. So I had to go up and sit in the very front of the room, which actually worked out really well because I got to know the girl sitting next to me and she became a friend. Yeah, but the guy that wouldn't let me sit next to him because the computer broke and was actually Austin, so he still apologizes for it to this day, and it's so funny to me. I loved the film classes. I loved the production classes. We were so hands-on. Every day in class, we were learning something. I think it was literally like the second production class. He had everyone go grab a C-stand and like learn how to open up and use a C-stand correctly. We got to learn how to wrap stingers, which are extension cords, and I still say to this day, he had us do that like the 3rd or 4th week of class, and I still say he had us do that to just have the stingers all wrapped nicely in the drawers. The class was wonderful, and so much of that had to do with the instructor. He was so engaging and funny and sarcastic and just totally just didn't care, and it was wonderful. He was just a cool dude. In a lot of ways, he cared so much about what we were doing, and he wanted us to learn these things, and he wanted us to be able to apply these things and know what we were doing. He was actually really teaching us, not like we need to study and learn this for a test that we're gonna have, you know, in a week. No, this is so, look, I did this on set once whenever I was a PA and it was dumb of me. Don't do it again. Don't make the same mistake. We were 100% hands-on. He gave us one legit lecture, and that was to learn all the crew positions, which we needed to know. We got to do so much, and we got to just have fun with it, and we got to practice, and we got to try things. I never personally messed with the cameras very much. I really should have, but there were people that were more comfortable doing it, and I didn't want to do it in front of people. I didn't want to learn how to do it with like everyone there. If I would have been more one-on-one with myself with the camera, I would have been a lot better. I would have learned to work with cameras more. So the role that I took on, especially in the second semester, was assistant director. It dealt with a lot more pre-production and also just making sure that everything ran smoothly. Almost all of our sets were so wonderful and so, In the second semester, we all got to direct our own film. I have directed my own short film, wrote, produced, directed, edited. Eventually I'll put it on YouTube. I keep getting told to put it on YouTube, and I will. Turned out really well, but there was stuff that I wanted to do different with it that I didn't really get the chance to for certain reasons. But I will say this, I am insanely proud of my credits, and I will put just my credits on YouTube eventually if I need to. But I did though, I directed a film, and I am proud of a whole that I did that. Like, that's pretty damn cool accomplishment to say that I have directed my own short film. But for a whole, our sets were kind of magical in a way that we all meshed together so well, and we were able to all produce this little piece of art that meant so much to us, and there's literal blood, sweat, and tears. And we all created something, and it was just cool. The last main point that I really want to cover is why this meant so much to me and why I think it was so special. I went to film school because I've always loved it. I've always found it so interesting and so cool and something that I just want to do. I found the school that was perfect for me in so many ways. It got me the chance to be out on my own, to learn so much, to meet people that changed my life, and this all meant so much to me. The reason I say that film school changed my life was because of the people. I became myself, if that makes any sense. I came out of my shell more than I ever have in my entire life. I was able to talk, I was able to laugh, I was able to joke, to bond with, to have fun with. I don't know why, but this group of people that were in this class. Austin has said it's like lightning in a bottle, and we've gotten together since class ended, and it always comes up somehow, the fact that our class was so special because it was just this group of misfit people, and somehow it worked. We became a legitimate family for basically an entire semester of school. It just worked, and I got comfortable in my own skin because of it. I was comfortable around these people. I was confident around these people. I made some friends that I will keep for the rest of my life. And it's so wonderful, and I'm so thankful for that. Like, if I wouldn't have had this film class, I don't know who I would be as a person today. And I know that can sound really silly, but it's true. I grew into myself because of this film class. The whole experience of being there for a year changed my life in so many ways for the better, and I will forever be thankful for it. I will never once regret that I went out to Arizona for a year. It was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and it was the best decision to go and sign up because of a class that I didn't even end up taking. I also met my favorite person, which was the most unexpected thing in the world and the most absolute wonderful. That's why I feel it's so special, and I'm so protective of what Austin and I have, because we were friends and we went through this together. The whole thing of film school changed both of us drastically, in my opinion, more than some of the others. It had a very large effect on us and our personalities, in a good way. I was so shy and so quiet, and I still am, but oh my god, has that changed since class. It was life-changing. That's literally the only way I can say it. It was really life-changing. Oh, okay. I don't know if any of that made sense. But yeah, that's kind of my film school story. We all worked so hard, and I think that everyone in the class deserves everything that they got. Having fun making movies, because that's the point of it. I'm gonna go, but thank you for watching and listening to me ramble about my experience with film school. It was the best decision I ever made, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Oh, that's so cheesy, it's so sentimental, but it's true, it really is. Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you very much for watching and listening, I really do appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow with another Vedm. And that's a cut!